guys. This is Christina McLean from East Lincoln High School, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about Screen-cast-o-matic. So, Screen-cast-o-matic is just a free web service that allows you to record anything that's on your screen at the time. I found this very, very useful when we first went into quarantine in March. I would use this to record videos of myself talking my students through their assignments for that day. Then I would upload those videos to YouTube, post them to my Google Classroom, and have students watch those so that they generally had less questions about what it was that they were supposed to be doing because they had somebody kind of walking them through the documents and that kind of thing. So all you have to do is search Screen-cast-o-matic on Google to get to their website. Should be the first option that pops up. Okay, it'll tell you to uh, launch the free recorder. Um, you don't have to pay for this. It's actually really great. And so I've already downloaded it, but yours will come up with like this downloading prompt and things like that. But so here's what the kind of recorder looks like. So you'll see that there's a frame. This shows you what is going to be captured. I generally like to keep it a little bit above my Windows logo bar because if you'll notice, if I pull it all the way down, then my record and stop record button ends up right above that. And a lot of times when I've been trying to stop recording, I'll end up accidentally clicking the Windows logo bar, and then it's just kind of a pain. So generally, your students don't need anything that low anyway on your screen. Um, so you have three choices here. So you have a choice for the screen, for just a webcam. And if you have a webcam, it'll utilize that. And then it's not actually casting your screen, then it is just casting your webcam. Okay. Hello. Uh, or you can ask it to do both. And what it'll do is it'll put your webcam down here in the corner, and then it'll still cast your screen. This is what I used when I was, again, making these recordings for my students because I just think it's nice for them to be able to see your face. And it's another way for you to kind of build that engagement with them in a way that, doesn't really cost you too much. So, and then you can also from here, the webcam larger and more focused, or again, minimize it to sit down at the bottom. Sorry, this is being a little laggy because I'm running two screen recordings at the same time. I'm using PowerPoint for my other one because obviously you can't screencast with Screen-cast-o-matic while showing people what Screen-cast-o-matic can do. And now it's a bit frozen. Okay, so these are where your kind of choices are. So you have a max 15 minutes time from all the stuff that we've been seeing on Canvas with our remote learning engagement and stuff like that. Videos much over 6 minutes tend to lose them anyway. So if I were you, I'd be breaking your videos into these smaller pieces. So the 15 minutes shouldn't be too much of an issue. So you'll notice here you can select your microphone. Okay, so mine's using my headset, which is what I would use. Okay. Here it can track how loud you are and things like that. So you can manually adjust your volume to be lower or higher depending on where that kind of green bar is going. If I was going way past this blue bar, then I would probably move it up a little bit. As it is, I can probably move it down a little bit. You can also ask it to auto adjust your volume for you. And as you talk, it will test it for kind of the best bit here. You can also have it record it, and then it can play it back to you and let you know how it is that you sound. Okay. You can also choose your computer audio, which isn't a choice for me because you have to upgrade. So there's a paid version of Screen-cast-o-matic and a free version. I'm using the free version. Okay, those are their preferences, which aren't super necessary. So bringing Screen-cast-o-matic back up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the webcam for right now, just because I think it'll be a little less laggy. So again, you can see here that my mic is working. These are the size here, again, full screen, or I chose a specific size, right? So this is that specific size here. So when you hit record, it's going to give you a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and then you start talking. One thing I really like about Screen-cast-o-matic is that it makes your cursor highlighted. It'll put a big yellow circle around it. And what I would use this for mostly was like I had students working a lot in Google Docs, obviously, and at times I would have them um, focus on analyzing. So they were annotating a document. So I would show them how to change the different highlighters, how to add comments, and I would use it for random things like that. I also used it when I was having them use Google Drawing. So I showed them like I made a drawing in real time so that they could see the different choices you could use, how to add color, that kind of stuff. So that I was basically just modeling for them what their drawings and stuff would be like. So when you're done recording, you hit pause, obviously, right? And then it's going to ask you to delete everything and start over. That's one thing about Screencast-O-Matic that I don't love, and that I imagine if you paid for it, it would be a lot better. Is the fact that your editing is pretty much limited to cutting off time at the beginning and the ends of your video. You don't have really any choices for editing in the middle. Um, but so you kind of just have to start over if you mess up, or apologize to your students and keep going. So this is what it would kind of look like. So you hit preview. So you notice again, I've got that highlighter around the cursor, which again, I really think is a nice choice here. So you can seek forward, all that kind of stuff. So then you'll hit done, and you can edit in the video editor, which I have never used. Again, I was just using mine to upload to YouTube. Um, but the video editor, so yeah, you can upgrade, which allows you to mix and add narration and show and hide your webcam and all that kind of green screen filters, that kind of stuff. So the editor, like I said, at this point is mostly the free version is mostly just being able to cut at the beginning and at the end of your video, um, and kind of have it cut off things at the end. So um, I found the upload to YouTube to be incredibly helpful, because it was nice that it was just already there for me. So it's going to bring you up your publishing options. So I've already linked it to my YouTube account. So this is the one that is created with my Lincoln County email. And you can add accounts to it, and you can swap between multiple accounts, that kind of thing. But the nice thing is you don't have to use your personal email. You can use your school email, since we're all loaded through Gmail, and every Gmail address automatically gets a YouTube channel. You can change the title of the recording. When I was doing this, I just made them the day that they were supposed to watch that recording. So it would be like 4/22/19, or 20 rather. And you can add a description if you want to. You can add tags, that kind of thing. In terms of privacy, you can put it as private because, again, your students are going to be accessing your videos through Canvas anyway. They're already going to be uploaded through there, so it's not like they have to search and find it. Um, it automatically puts the category as education, which this is. It asks if you want your highlighter, um, if you want your cursor highlighted, and you can say no cursor, or just the cursor, or highlighted cursor. I find that to be useful. And then all you'll do is hit publish. It'll go through, it does your encoding and your uploading, and then it'll already be published to YouTube for you. And once it's finished publishing, it'll have a little link for you to click, that lets you know that it's been finished. So I don't need to upload this. Um, Beyond that, if you don't upload it to either YouTube, Screencast-O-Matic, or if you don't save it in another way, and again, you have other options for that. So if you choose not to upload it to YouTube, you can save it as a video file, and then it'll just save it to your computer, and then you can upload it um, uh, Google to Google Drive and access it that way, or you can upload it to Screencast-O-Matic, which I've never done. It doesn't seem like it'd be super useful. Um, if you don't do any of those things and you just exit out of it, then the recording will be lost. It doesn't store them in any other way. So you have to make sure, yeah, so you can keep it next time you start the recorder. And I'm going to say delete because I don't need this one. And then you could start over from there. Okay. So again, I find Screencast-O-Matic to be incredibly useful, in terms of, you know, uh, it's a simple tool, but it does exactly what it is that you need. I've used this with my full Canvas. I teach an entirely online Canvas class for the school for mythology. And I've used this to walk them through PowerPoints, to add narration over them. And it's just incredibly helpful, and a really easy to use tool, and one that I've used a lot during remote learning in March and April. And I imagine I'll be using a lot during our hybrid learning once we start up in August. If you guys have any questions, you can always ask me, and I'll be glad to help you. Thank you. Bye bye.